social and political commentary from a Christian male perspective.
Grace and peace, everybody. We're back. You saw the thumbnail, you saw the title. So let's go ahead and talk about this. This is going to be the last I talk about Cassandra. I'm no longer going to refer to her as Cassie Crashout, Cassandra Hobson Jordan, whatever she's going by this week. I'm not going to refer to her anymore. It's over. I'm going to play two videos that just kind of show just how much of a nasty, bitter, unhinged, unscrupled woman that she is. And I am now going to affectionately refer to her as 4%. That's right, because she only got 4% of the vote. We're going to now refer to her as 4%. No longer calling her Cassie Crashout. We're going to retire that term, and now we're going to start calling her 4%. She's only reserved 4% of the vote, and that's what we're going to stay with, 4%. So let me bring this video in because she was on a content creator's channel. And first things first, like this woman comes on, her name is Trina. And Trina's talking about me, DWC. And she says something, I'm like, ma'am, where are you getting that from? That's just not true. And it's funny because, you know, Cassandra makes a lot of hay about people not telling the truth and so on and so forth. And ma'am, you're letting this woman say something that's grossly not true. Let me bring it in and let you see. Here we go. Let's go.
It was very calculated, very orchestrated. Very calculated, very orchestrated how they were going to do things. I noticed that Dear Woke Christian announced that you were dropping out of the race, and I didn't think that was true at all. But he tried to use a Facebook post of yours to try to convince everyone that you were dropping out of the race on yesterday.
Well, you know, look, let me say something about, and I'm going to say it how I feel it. That big face.
Yes.
I'm going to leave the other word out. But that big face dude, I'm like, you so thirsty to become a YouTuber. Like, dude, go somewhere and get you some business. Like, every little thing I do, you own it. I'm like, is it that serious? Is them little checks that serious?
Well, I'm like, know what the trustees were sending because, you know, from, you know, history, they sent $500 to split between Hannibal and Jedediah.
Yeah, and they're like, well, you know, we haven't paid any YouTubers. No, you guys been paying the YouTubers. Now,
I guess I'm going to now call myself Big Face. I guess that's a slight kind of like big back or big head. You got a big face. Okay. I guess I have a big face. But the only problem is I got more than 4%. I could have more than 4% of the voting population voting for me. So I might have a big face, but you don't have a big platform. You don't have a big slate. You don't have a big cadre of people that really want to support you and such of that nature. How about that? Go figure. Now, I do want to play, and most of you all have seen it. Lady Kiana Belcher came on the same platform to talk about Miss 4% being very disrespectful about her daughter, about Kiana's daughter. I don't know how that, I really don't understand how it came in that she was talking about her daughter, which seems really odd. And it's par for the course. So I really shouldn't be surprised. There's really no reason for me to be like shocked. Like, I can't believe you're doing that. I totally could see this. So let's bring this in. Most of you all have seen this. So shout out to Kiana Belcher for not only bringing her up to holding her accountable, but not buckling and giving into some of the deflection tactics, the red herring tactics, the what aboutism tactics that Cassandra Hobson Jordan, now affectionately known as 4%, was using. At any time, Kiana could have went off on a rabbit trail and started clapping back and so on and so forth. Now, I do want to say, Kiana has some Jedi level shade. She throws some pretty nice shade in both of these, in this exchange rather. And I'm just going to check, let her tease it out. I'm not going to probably even interrupt. Let's go.
Kiana Belcher, welcome, Miss Belcher.
Good afternoon. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. How you doing, Cassandra?
How you doing?
Cassandra, I'm wonderful. I was just listening to the YouTube, and I seen that there was some comments about my daughter. That's what made me log on, because when people start, especially talking about family or things that they don't know correctness, I wanted to just get on and do some clarification.
Okay, clear it up.
I missed it.
My daughter has been working for the Board of Elections since she was 17 years old. I'm sure with the 152 votes that you got, you saying that my daughter did something is very unethical and not professional at all. If you had credentials, you would know that you can go in and out of the polling place with credentials to get the numbers of how many people that voted and how many people that didn't vote. For you to just get on this public forum and say something like that, I just find it very disheartening. I find it,
Well, I find it very disheartening, a lot of the stuff you guys have said.
Okay.
So now you see how I feel.
Excuse me. I'm not you saying you guys. Have I ever said anything to you?
I've heard it all.
Have
I've heard
I
it
ever
all.
said anything to you,
I've
ma'am?
heard it all. Even with your nasty looks, I've heard it all.
Oh, so now
Even
we're
when I
talking
first
about
started in
looks.
the campaign, how you came up to full blast and got into one of my workers' face and put your phone in their face and called me a Tiffany plant. I've heard it all.
Okay.
I've heard it
So,
all.
I've said, I didn't come on here to argue. I came on here to just be very clear that my
Okay.
daughter would never jeopardize the job that she's been doing since
Well, all I
17 years
said was I
old.
saw her kept coming in and out speaking to
And,
House. Is that not true?
and so
Let's
what?
be very clear. Is that not true?
What's that have to do with anything? That wouldn't have changed the 152 votes you got.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, Kiana, before you
I'm,
leave,
yes.
Kiana,
Yes.
because I don't know that. I don't know anything about polling agents. So
Yes, you have to have credentials. You have to have credentials to go in and out of the polling place. When you have credentials, you can go in there and see how many people have voted. You can't see who they voted for, but you can see how many people voted. And if
oh,
Well, as I said, I saw her go in and out numerous of
anybody that's in
times.
the political realm would know that.
okay,
I said plenty of times I saw her go in and out.
okay, hold on.
Now that was not a lie, but thank you. I appreciate
Okay,
it.
okay, hold
But
on.
thank you. I
Oh,
appreciate it.
okay,
Yeah.
hold on. Wait, please. So, damn it, now I forgot. I thought I got confused. Somebody here said it was she's an elected uh,
She's a what? She's an election judge.
election judge. Okay, what is
That
the
is
difference?
that is correct.
What is the difference? What is an election judge?
Election judge are the people that work in the polling place on election day or early voting. Those are the people that when you go in to place your votes, they're handling the steps step by step.
Okay, because when I go into my polling place, I see people there. They sit and stand there. I've never seen them outside, so I'm confused.
That's a poll watcher. Those are different than the people. And she's saying coming in and out, they have lunch breaks. They're there for what, 12, 13 hours.
No,
So they
as
have
I
lunch
said, she
breaks.
was coming in and
They
out.
have,
And I
yeah.
noticed every time she came in and out, she walked over the house and whispered something in his ear.
Absolutely. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So
So
what's wrong
what?
with that?
And I don't think you put anything in his hand, but whatever you may say. Nevertheless, that has nothing to do with her jeopardizing her job for I have no idea how many votes came out of that particular precinct, but I just want to make sure if she's on a public forum giving misinformation about my child, I needed to get on here and correct it.
Facts.
Well, you
Okay,
ain't correcting anything. As I said, she kept coming in and out. Is that
And,
not a lie?
What does that got to do
and
with
she
anything?
can do whatever she wants. She's
Well,
grown.
I'm just,
Don't
well,
you
then,
go in and
hey,
out
then,
your job?
exactly.
Oh, okay.
She
Thank you.
just kept coming in and out.
Okay.
yeah, I didn't
Was that a
understand.
lie?
No, not at all.
Okay,
Now
then.
you talking
So
about her
why are you
giving
on here?
somebody
What's
a
the problem?
paper.
So
You
what's the
talking about her
problem?
giving somebody a paper is a
What's the
lie.
problem? So what's the problem?
You talking about people giving somebody a paper is a lie. But anyway,
So what's the problem? No, I never said
nothing.
anybody gave anybody a paper. I
That
said
is
she
what you
kept
just said.
coming in and out.
You just said she gave Jason House a
Yes,
paper.
ma'am.
Rewind the tape.
I didn't
That's
say
what you
she
just
gave him
said.
a paper.
That is what
I
you
said
just
she
said.
kept coming in and out. I said she whispered in his ear.
Okay. All right.
Kiana,
I didn't get on here to argue with anyone, but I want to make sure that when you start speaking of stuff, make sure that you speak of it
No, I'm
correctly.
not making up anything.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say that to you. So next time when you guys start making up stuff and when you start spreading
What are you
lies,
talking about?
remember your own word. Yeah.
Okay. And
Because
once
you
again,
ain't as
have I said
innocent either.
anything to you?
You not as innocent either, sis.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, I know. All right. I got you.
I
I
didn't
got
come on
you.
here to defend me. I came on here
Then
to
goodbye.
defend my
I
child.
got you. Yeah, I
Wow.
got you. You good.
Kiana,
You and your child is good.
Kiana, I got a really important question to ask you, and this is very serious.
She's always here.
Because
Conscious. She has nothing to beg.
Yeah, that's me.
Conscious.
Yes. Yes. Me.
Has she muted?
No, I'm not muted.
He said, "Go keep rolling."
I'm not muted.
Can't hear her. She muted. Don't understand the process. Hello. Is accusing.
Yeah. I don't know who's talking.
I don't know. Do you just enter, hang up, conscious?
No,
I
I'm
can't
here.
see you.
Old
Don't let that
school
disrupt
party
your
line.
peace. I know. No, that's what's on here. You see it?
I
don't know what happened there.
Can you?
Here we go.
I'm curious about the 12-page report on St. Patrick's. Can you address that?
No, I didn't come on here to address that because I'm not doing any interviews today. I just wanted to be clear about my daughter.
Oh, okay.
That's all. All right. Thank you.
Can we want to answer that?
Can we get that 12-page report? How do we get it?
I don't know. Maybe you should FOIA it because I don't have a 12-page report. But I'm sure if you do the Freedom of Information, if it's something that had to go through the Village of Dalton, it should be readily available to you.
Oh, we tried.
Okay. Well, you need to contact the Attorney General's office then if you didn't receive it.
Okay. Well, I asked you because you had it.
I did not have a 12-page report unless you're talking about engineer's report from 2023 or 2024. Then the Village of Dalton should be able to provide that to you.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we have FOIA'd it. A few people have, and we just can't. But it's a serious question. And while you were on here,
be patient.
I appreciate you coming on.
No problem. When somebody starts talking about your family, especially if it's not true and if it's your children, when you get into politics, some people are offline. Now, why are you talking over me? Why are you talking over me?
So now you're offended. So now
I'm offended because you're talking about my daughter. I ain't offended by anything I said that comes out of my mouth. But that's why I came on, Conscious. Okay.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Kiana. You're welcome here.
Not a problem. I'm going back to my victory celebration.
Shout out to Kiana. I think she held frame pretty well because I think, again, 4% really doesn't have anything really to add as it relates to value in the discussion. She just wants to kind of stir chaos, and she just wants there to be people fighting back and forth. Now, I do want to call shade on this notion that she puts out there. She put a somewhere later on in this video with this content creator, she says that people wanted her to, they were reaching out to her and asking her to help out. And she said she didn't want to because the people voted how they voted. So they got to get what they get and they don't pitch a fit kind of. And she said, basically that that people wanted her to help. And I want to call Buckus on that. I want to say that that's a lie. An outright lie based upon information and belief. Just think about it. The alleged investors that 4% claims that she has. She says she has she's got these investors that want to work with her, but they don't like the current administration. And that was under Tiffany, and they don't really like Team House. Those investors are sitting back looking at this woman and saying that this woman got 4%, 152 votes in the district. She alleges to have been here 17 years and she could not even get more than 152 votes. I mean, not her neighbors, not the people at the grocery store, not her friends, people that babysit her kids, nobody from her church. She couldn't get 152 people to vote for her. I'm telling you, those investors are not sitting there worrying, wringing their hands like, oh man, we wanted to invest in Dalton, but my goodness, all they're going to do is they're going to pick the phone up and they're going to call Mayor-elect Jason Howes, because they know that 96% of the community believes in what this man is doing and what this team wants to do. It's not going to take long for them to be like, yeah, we're going to get on board with them. So even if they did have these mysterious investors that allegedly 4% had in her back pocket, they jumped out her back pocket and they run it down the street to Team House pretty quickly. I mean, there's no other way around it. But anyway, let me know what you think about it down in the comments. Give me your 2 cents. Is big face a real insult? Like, is that an insult? I don't know I don't know what to do with that. I don't know what to do with that. This is more likely going to be the last time I discuss 4%. Just letting you know that right now. So she needs me to comment on her. She begs, she prays, Lord, please let DWC say something about me. Please let Dear Woke Christian put my name back out there in the algorithm. I'm not going to answer her prayers any longer. I'm not going to be the answer to her prayers. I'm going to go ahead and let her just sit there and languish. She doesn't add any value to the Discord. I want to look at and celebrate and examine Team House and the great things that they're doing. She can keep walking around looking at old houses and stuff like that. Let her keep doing that, whatever she does. And that's how we're going to roll. So 4%, I'm signing off. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you not only liking this video, but becoming a subscriber and helping me hit my goal of 50,000 subscribers by the end of April. Thanks so much. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.